What's a creepy fact you wish you never learned? Commented this before. But if you have abdominal surgery and the surgeon needs your intestines out of the way, they don't try to get them back in exactly as they were. They can put them in pretty much any old way, and they sort themselves out. Then freaked out even more when someone else commented that you can quite often feel them wriggling themselves back into position. Everybody wants their guts rearranged. Nobody likes when the guts arrange themselves, shaking my head. Chainsaw was invented by 2 doctors to assist in childbirth. Sawing through pelvic bone gives a mother and the baby some chance of survival if the baby is too big. Yay. I had to have a C-section when our daughter was born and heard one doctor say to the other doctor, "Pass me the uterus, I'm gonna clean it." Still, don't know whether my uterus was actually lifted out. Still don't want to know. My ex had our baby via C-section, and I watched. One of the more disturbing parts of it was her uterus laying on her chest, while 2 interns picked pieces of placenta off of it, as they were discussing where they were going to go get lunch. To you, it was your child being born, your wife getting cut open like a fish, and 2 strangers picking off pieces off her uterus. To them, it was Tuesday. And honestly, aren't we lucky to live in a time where this is routine? People rarely die from these things, and everyone can just be chill. I consider myself lucky that it's just another Tuesday. Ascaris worms are a type of large, parasitic roundworm that make their home in the human digestive tract. They are endemic in many parts of the world. I used to work at a hospital where we took a lot of patients from very poor and remote places, especially Central America, where roundworm infection is very common. When you put those patients under for surgery, the anesthesia causes their blood to become slightly alkaline, which the worms hate. So, after a few minutes, they will start coming out of every orifice in the body: nose, mouth, rectum. And I'm talking full-sized worms that look just like earthworms. It is no cap, one of the grossest things you can imagine. You give those patients a drug called bendazole, they poop dead worms for 3 days, and then they're fine. That fucking sucks. I hate it. Thanks for sharing. Dead bodies moan and grunt when you move them. I was a paramedic and firefighter for 21 years. I was around a lot of dead people. My dog recently passed away, so I had to pick him up and hold him on the way to the vet. I had to keep reminding myself that the breathing I heard was just me pushing the air out of his lungs. Not so creepy, but yesterday someone posted about the Space Shuttle Challenger explosion. Some astronauts survived the explosion till they hit the ocean. Very sad to learn that. NASA's lead investigator, Robert Overmyer, concluded most if not all of the crew were alive and possibly conscious during the entire descent until impact with the ocean. After the investigation, Overmyer stated, "I not only flew with Commander Dick Scobie, we owned a plane together, and I know Scob did everything he could to save his crew. Scob fought for any and every edge to survive. He flew that ship without wings all the way down." Dolphins are known to be quite intelligent, but they can also be cruel. In some cases, they've been documented killing baby dolphins of other pods, seemingly for fun. As a scuba instructor, I do not hesitate to correct people when they go, sharks. I inform them of the incredibly low frequency of shark attacks, and remind them that dolphins are the Brock Turners of the sea, in that they are rapists, like Brock Turner, the rapist. You mean Brock Allen Turner, the rapist, who just tries to go by Alan Turner the rapist now? Nurse here. I learned that some people will use any hole in a sexual way, including a surgical hole in the stomach to collect poop into a bag, a colostomy. Additionally, some folks with these kinds of holes will prostitute themselves out for use of that hole. How do we know? They come in with infections in these holes and own up to the behavior. I also learned this sexual act is called a Philly sidecar. Thank you. That's enough internet for today.